Anything of that level of like creativity or length out of an AI, unaided by a human, is simply unrealistic. This is my prediction when it comes to AI, right? And it's really kind of bouncing off your idea a little bit too, because the idea that we're going to get the next, War and Peace or the next Avengers movie or the next anything like that level of.
Did you just compare those two?
If you let me finish the freaking sentence before you start to argue with it. Anything of that level of like creativity or length out of an AI, unaided by a human, is simply unrealistic, right? Like you cannot get much more than a short vignette. Creative vignette,
like the trailer of the movie, but it's not going to do the 2-hour movie.
Right, you can make it look as if like like especially the video stuff.
In a
like
world,
all that stuff. Like you can get maybe a Ken Burns thing out of an AI right now, and certainly for the next foreseeable future, we're not progressing that fast that we're going to have a whole feature-length movie with 5 fingers on every actor's hand.
Now we'll have me doing a 2-minute thing where Keith David the Keith David voice does a documentary because I'm copying off of somebody else, and it'll be viral, and then
sure. So that's where we're at now. But what we are seeing being ate away at, and this kind of goes back to the interview with Charney, like the gig economy, stuff that's commercial work, voiceover work, ad work, things that have like for a long time blended with, there's been a blend of like creatives that cross over from entertainment to ad and marketing, all this other stuff, like that blend is going to disappear because AI is going to eat that type of work. The amount, like, you don't need to be, a Scorsese guy to direct,
right.
A
if
30-second
so
spot.
much of the crazy stuff like lens flares.
Yeah,
we could just do that for you. Copying from, take a look at Casablanca, take a look at Citizen Kane, take a look at Heat, take a look at Terminator. Make the cool stuff there in my movies.
Right.
That'd be interesting. I think there's a second problem with that too, very specifically for AI. We talked about this back in 2017. Remember, if you hate it, automate it. And I think what happens is this pitch that we're somehow going to get rid of all the low, stupid stuff that we do, freeing us up for the high contact, important work. So it's not going to take jobs and create new ones because we're just not doing drudge work anymore. The problem is there's a lot of drudge work in the world. There's a lot of drudge work. The stuff we were working on earlier, we'd love to have AI take it, but there's armies of people who do that. And what happens is that if AI is so easy to use, like the folks or the CSMs or the others who are working 4 hours a day because they're using AI, that means that job doesn't need to exist at all. That is the problem. The bigger problem is if the company lays all those people off, who do you think is going to buy their products? It's like, none of them ever heard of Henry Ford? Pay them a wage so they can buy your car. I'm seeing companies thinking they can slice everything else, hold on to their margins, and don't think everybody else is going to do it. If you tell people use AI writers, they're going to go, great, I'm going to pay you 10% of what you were paying. They're not going to let you keep your old margins. So AI is going to cripple these industries because the CEOs can't think ahead to anything past their own bubble. And we're not thinking in terms of healthy ecosystems, healthy environments. We're thinking in terms of how do I get mine?
Hey, thanks for watching The Merge. We've got a ton more stuff for you to watch on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere. Check us out.